for you.
You bet.
If your idea of slack is reading a comic book at 3 o'clock in the morning and never going to work, then if you do that, then that's your slack. But unfortunately, oftentimes the people who should be driving ambulances are sitting there reading comic books and vice versa.
Is that like my idea of slack is like sitting home on my couch all day watching endless videos of Ren and Stimpy?
I think it's more
joy.
I think it's more
joy.
like
Joy.
looking a policeman straight in the
Next
eye
time
and
you
saying,
watch Ren and Stimpy, think, and when you hear Stimpy talk, think of Larry Fine of the Three Stooges.
Yeah,
I'm
that's pretty close.
It's a very deliberate thing, I'm told, from inside. Stimpy's voice, by the way, is done by a good friend of Reverend Bleepo Abernathy.
That's right.
You've often played on your shunned radio program, the one that's on at 4:30 in the morning.
Yes, relegated to a negative slot.
Right, much like the Necronomicon and other shunned ancient radio shows of yours.
Yes.
It's because our audience is too narrow.
because our books of subgenius are bound in leather of human skin.
Yeah,
actually,
that subgenius audience is so narrow you can slide it under a door, or through the keyhole or down the chimney on Christmas.
And we often do slide our propaganda under doors and into the minds, the shallow little filing cabinets of a pink brain.
And you better be listening to it, and you better be listening to what that man says there, because in a few years, when you're crawling through the rubble looking for your flashlight batteries, ain't nobody going to be there to save you, and you're going to be wishing you'd been listening to Bob.
That's right!
Tell it.
Yes, it's already inside, and it's a hedonistic time. It's a space age at go-go. Have we heard that before?
It'll be too late by then, won't it, Reverend Stain?
A pipe. If you want a picture of the future, imagine a pipe smoking in a human face forever.
Just kind of whirling and exhaling and whirling and exhaling.
Well, we have to go, Reverend Stang, because we just leased this satellite time to connect up with you from Waves Forest, and he charges about $2,000 an hour. So
we're breathing his air, and he's getting cranky.
You know, there's nothing. The best way to make big bucks off the conspiracy is to become a professional at attacking it. And if they pay you, then they feel like they're controlling you. And the horrible thing is, maybe they are.
It's the
maybe they are.
It's the court gesture concept.
But what choice did we have? They told us we were going to go to hell. If we were going to go to hell anyway, what else was there to do but start a religion?
The only bliss is to follow blindly in ignorance and continue with your dogmatic.
I just look them straight in the eye and I tell them, how can you kill me if I'm already dead?
But a good idea, definitely one to live by.
I'm so proud to have been able to minister there in far-flung Arcata.
Your spawn, your spore.
And our tens of listeners out there appreciate it too, Reverend Stang.
They're beating at the doors. They're coming in with false security passes.
And they all got little gnomes walking behind them.
They all have little midget Frank Rig babies.
We got a plan to talk to you about, but we can't. It's too big for words.
then don't even dare to draw a picture of it.
You just open your third nostril. You might be able to shift it to you that way.
Well, I'm going to go lock up the laboratory here and take the elevator down to the dungeon and for a little R&R before bed.
We're hoping that Bob is paying you the overtime for toiling unto the night in your alien time zone there in the land of, well, what is it, the place that people kill presidents?
Yeah. Right, yes. My pay is in slack. And Bob is a cheapskate boss. Oh no, Bob, I was just kidding.
Say goodnight to Connie for me if she wakes up.
Let that woman go. Give her a little smooch for me and tuck him in.
Yes. Oh, there's Bob and Connie now. Bob came back and picked Connie up and they're rushing off to the penthouse suite.
Well, Reverend Stang, thanks for being with us at this late hour, and we'll check you out next time on the Ethernet.
Oh, yeah, the Ethernet. Okay, well, praise Bob.
Praise Bob.
Praise Bob.
Black be with you.
Revealing a feminine core of those who would try to read the soft, pink, cashmere blind for her, custom tailored not for one.
everybody you know
The black
completely
rings
human?
encircling the pink center are the same
Are there
shade
people
of
you've
black
seen on the
suits
street
worn by the
and you
conspiracy?
wonder about their genetic makeup? They look human. They are not normal. They are trying to put you to sleep.
You had it open. You didn't take them this morning. How would they be open? My medicine. I did not.
Do we have the show? No show college.
And a baby's arm holding an apple.
I feel so excited. Tonight has been such a exciting show. Exciting. It was exciting.
It's just show. It's generic. It's there.
It was exciting. I was so very happy. Well, I think you'll just have to trust that it was exciting. And we'll just have to leave it at
All
that.
for Jackie.
We'll have to leave it
Day
at
bar.
What did it do for me?
Gomer.
We're gonna just have to leave it
Revenge. Traditionally the
You
world's
know,
oldest fraternity.
I think we're gonna have to leave it at that.
JFK lives. The Grassy Knoll Project. 4 a.m. Saturdays. KSHU 90.5 FM.
Agree.
Arcata. For information, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to P.O. Box 677, right next door to 666. Arcata, California, 95521.
That is weird because it's like a few numbers away from it, but it is actually right next to that P.O. box. It's right underneath it. It's strange.
We have the P.O. Box next to the house of the number of the beast.
My feeling.
I'll ask it how. Excellent. It's been a long time.
I miss that show.
Code set.
Dateline for Dominance, 1991, World War III. Church of the Subgenius shifts into operational removal.
Sometimes.
Bob forms alliance with the anti-Bob. Reveals hard evidence of imminent Exist invasion. Another major UFO flag. This time,
If it happens often, go slower and pay attention to what you are feeling. The old idea of trying to think about something else usually makes it worse. And besides, you're missing feeling. Just because the man has had an orgasm doesn't have to mean it's always a Bob. There are many ways to continue playing until his partner's satisfied.
Family movement
See,
initiates
the
campaign to bring up America morally.
Yeah. I will be traveling through time.
I don't have much time. I've been allowed to give you this warning. You see, something is going to happen. You must leave. What's going to happen? Something wonderful. Something wonderful. Something wonderful.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
It won't hurt, son. Just keep your arms still. The needles are only hurt like a bee sting.
I feel good.
Relax. Just sit back in your chair and close your eyes.
Nonsense.
We're in control now.
I can't close
Stop it.
I don't.
Quit.
Turn it up. Let your neighbors hear it.
Feel
Let
your arms
relatives
sink
hear it.
down. Let the numbness
You'll
begin.
never know who the anti-Bob is until they try to identify him.
Let
Sherry,
He could be a close friend.
Processes.
He may take many forms.
Processing.
And what are the many forms? Which Bob takes?
Well, it's about a
Tell me
solid,
the
liquid, and
forms.
gas. Choose your form.
Solid, liquid, and gas. Bob, in gas form, is known as slack.
Say
That substance which Bob smokes
is
in his
that?
pipe.
It is not. Or what is not. That
If Bob in its
it
gaseous form
is false.
slack, then
Why?
slack smells
To
horrible.
say of what is that it
All
is,
depends on
or
what I
of what
eat.
is not that is not. It's true.
I suppose.
Slack doesn't smell horrible.
That is not.
My slack does. Well, it depends on what I eat, of course.
Well, my son, the slack I think you described is not the true slack.
The slack that can be described is not the only
I
slack.
really enjoy my bad smelling slack because
I don't find it bad smelling, to tell you the truth.
I've got a nice piece of slack.
It's a bad taste.
Well, Bob,
For $29.99.
if I want my lover not to get HIV by shooting up, how do I prevent it?
Killer.
HIV, the blood of the cleansing, bring it on and bring it forth.
Spread more.
The blood of the cleansing, HIV, bring it forth.
And says,
Those of you
I am become
have
death.
In a state of feeling
or monkey out there,
vulnerable to
take him down to Planned
HIV is
Parenthood.
not. I'm gonna cut it.
Planned Parenthood is help.
Has anybody seen the bridge?
We'll take
Where's
off.
that confounded bridge?
We'll take off. We'll take off.
Okay.
We'll take off.
Okay, kids,
We'll take on his multi-armed form.
I'm getting tense.
Multi-armed form.
My problems and
Multi-armed form.
I'm gonna keep them.
You know, we've all been crucified on
Multi-armed
top of the mountain at some point in our life.
We'll take on
Hopefully
his
towards the end.
multi-armed form.
Some of us, unfortunately, are.
We'll take on his multi-armed.
So I'm gonna go
We'll
downtown and
You know,
I got to get downtown. Get
We'll take on.
I got something.
You know, we're here because we care about
We'll
you.
take on his multi-armed form.
Intelligence from the trash piles outside his door. We got 6 in all and 1 even worse.
Now the
It don't
doctor.
have any sound, but the thing turns on. You can't believe somebody would
Hello.
actually throw out something so
Dr. Bob told me if I keep it up at this rate, I'll be suffering brain tumors within a month. Is this true?
Not dreams coming true.
How to prevent
They're
brain
dull
tumors?
and
Is it as simple as just getting up on the right side of the bed?
The characters on
Will
are plain out ready to be smashed across the head.
You will emerge from trance on the tomb.
They say if I eat right,
when I'm
Except your instructions for the
transferring.
Omega contingency plan.
You Toyota Celica. Meaningless and looking for something to
Damnation.
turn the pressure valve on.
Damnation.
Never happens. Meaningless.
Oh man.
No love. Ordinary bummers
Damnation.
like parking tickets. Each ticket is 1 day.
We'll take on his multi-armed
Ticket to
form.
ride. Oh yeah.
Her new friend being served as a well-done lamb chop. He sees
We're here to help.
her back.
We're here to help.
His life.
Trust us.
He
We're
doesn't
here to
know
help.
if it was better with or without her. He
Way to
tries
go!
drugs to
We don't
ease
want you
through
to be
and
alone anymore. We're here to help.
He tries to
Call us. Let us know.
beat off
We care.
and can't get
We really
it up
do.
anymore. Nothing turns him on. And he's just 22.
Happy New Year!
Constantly he sees his head shattering from the blow of a 44.
Suck it to me, baby.
No one sees what he does.
Happy Valentine's Day!
It's all so dull. In his brain remains a small portion of undeveloped property. He realizes this and desires to fill it with something positive.
Why does it hurt so much?
Nothing
all the
appears. Things that are positive tend to come at another's expense. You know, you leave some friend out for a good reason, and the guilt bomb goes on. What can you do? What can you say? He sees his head shattering from the blow of a 44. He sees this over and over, and bang! It's finished. Bang. He doesn't even get to hear the sound.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't. He doesn't hear the sound. Cause bullets are faster than sound, and the space between the left ear and the right ear is rather short. So you can imagine that.
Yeah, sometimes.
That when the 44 goes off, you really don't get to hear the sound. You don't get to see what you want to see.
If that's what you really need to do.
You don't get to see that that, my poor life. I think I'll end it here. Oh, poor me. So I reach for the gun under the bed.
Bob cares about you.
Rest it up against my forehead.
Bob lives for you.
I want to hear the sound.
You.
But I know if I pull the trigger, the bullet will go through the front of my head, out the back, faster than my eardrums will collect the information to produce sound waves in my head.
To insert a suppository, pull back on the tinfoil wrapper. Number 2.
That is the true mark. The anti-Bob, the sphincter muscle swelling 10 times.
It's got a big problem.
I don't think
Oh my.
Inserted.
We want you to care, because Bob cares. He cares about you.
So together then.
It is only through Bob that we can talk to you.
In the forest in the end.
You must understand.
Well, that's all for this week, folks. Be sure and tune in next week when we'll be having dinosaurs in the studio from the Museum of Natural History in Arcata. And visits from subgenius doctors down in the Bay Area. So, see you next week.
Drink some trust and love. A friend that drinks it all. Leaving nothing, even when
You will emerge from trance on the tomb, remembering everything except your instructions for the Omega contingency plan.
This is Fascism. Look in the mirror if you want to see the enemy. This is a new world model for tyranny. Cultural, political, technological, pathological, but totally logical. Check yourself for collective identity. The kind that give rise to violent capacities. For fascism in the 90s.
Marching makes an end of individuality. Marching is the indispensable magic stroke performed in order to accustom the people to a mechanic, quasi-ritualistic activity until it becomes second nature.
Dancing to the beat, keep marching.
I plan on it now. Now I have the address.
That's KHSU 90.5 FM. Arcata, Humboldt State University 95521.
Wonderful.
Send a self-addressed stamped envelope.
677 Arcata.
But make sure you send in $15 to KHSU to become a...
That 677 in Arcata is not KHSU.
No, I understand that.
Right.
I cleared it up for everybody else.
Right. For horrible, terrifying information, you want to get Post Office Box 677.
And a love donation.
For love donations to KHSU to show them how much you appreciate the sacred, terrifying word of J.R. Bob Dog.
Personally accept love donations with
Most of the time we're on at 4 o'clock in the morning Saturday.
Yeah. We have another regular show Saturdays at 4 a.m.
This is just a little primetime spot to kind of help open the minds of the Pink Boys and the people with the latent Yeti powers that don't quite understand them yet.
That's right.
Stomp on their own headphones.
We have to run, little caller, but praise Bob.
Good night.
Praise Bob. Keep listening.
Yes, you too. Have a good evening.
Well, that was heartwarming.
It was. I feel warm in the pit of my stomach. I want to touch myself now.
I feel like boiling my genitals for 1 or 2 hours.
At least
we have another little Bob Army man marching around. Hopefully he's already starting to stockpile his ammunition and firepower.
That's right. He's got a box of stickers in one hand and a roll of 38s in the other.
That's right.
You know, I love being poison to the ears of the many.
Poison to the ears of the many. That's right.
Poison
Just getting
to
up
the
and being
ears
able
of
to
the-
yipe off, you know.
See, unfortunately, we're not going to spout off a bunch of church dogma for you, friends, because we don't want to overfill the minds of too many people out there.
Yeah,
That's
if
right,
the word
especially
were to
since
get
some
out,
devices are too small to contain
if
such
the word got
information.
out to exactly what was going on, if people really knew what we were talking
The
about,
highways would be filled. People would be jamming down to Thailand.
The revolution
It's
would
bad
come.
that Pol Pot's in power over there, but it ain't nothing as compared to what's in power over here. It's like a giant world domination tentacles sprouting up through the ocean, gonna grab all your souls and suck them out through your nose.
it ain't even human, is it, Clone?
It isn't.
It ain't
No.
human. What's
No.
it look like to you?
It looks like a large hairy octopus. Looks
Exactly.
Kind of looks like a giant gaseous form, kind of gelatinous.
They asked me to make love to it, and its arms felt all rubbery.
It looks like
It's kind of similar to a prairie squid, but it's all kind of googly inside. And,
But it could
and
be
whenever
a
I
condom.
touch it, I feel kind of goofy. And I know that it must be the conspiracy because I'm not supposed to feel goofy unless I'm watching cartoons on Saturday.
It feels a little bit like a gun against your neck.
Located at the Bergen
True.
Shopping Mall.
True. So it's
Come on, goddammit! Excuse me, but this is ridiculous. We've been putting out, now put up or shut up. We're going off the air if you don't do it. I mean, you're only hurting yourself. All right, I'm sorry. Nobody's calling now because I blew up. Now, I'm sorry. I'll play a record or something. But please, somebody call 555-2150. I'm sorry for yelling. I apologize.
So we're sorry. So fine.
I ain't really sorry, but I'll say that so you will think I am and you won't try to sue me.
Good Lord, give me something to feel sorry for in my measly life. Just give me something
What
to feel sorry
I'm
for.
feeling sorry for is all those days of my childhood sitting in front of the TV watching Thundar the Barbarian eating those sugar-coated candy cereals, rotting my brain out when I
not
could have been
really.
out causing sweet anarchy and chaos.
That's true. Or you could have been out causing sweet law and justice, and it
That's
would have
right.
been just
Either
the
way.
same thing.
Either way.
I would have been gone out, though, if they would have had something as good as Ren and Stimpy on when I was a
That's
kid.
right. If they would have had Ren and Stimpy, I would have been watching that thing all day and eating all kinds of sugar-coated candy cereals.
Precisely. The electrochemical mind.
I don't know. I was raised on brown rice and Buddhism, and all I really wanted was Cocoa Puffs and...
Excuse me.
So that's the thing, you know, the conspiracy twists both ways. If you're fed health food, then of course you grow up and you eat junk food.
The conspiracy twists both ways. That's
Because
wonderful.
that goal is still there
Like-
to piss your parents off, to be different,
It's
to
either
do
way,
something.
you know, you get fed Cocoa Krispies, then you go out and you want to save a tree. You know, you get fed Cocoa Krispies, then you go out and you want to save a tree.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you should be saving yourself!
Precisely. You play into the evil one's hands without even knowing it. You're searching after a piece of paper made from, pardon me, a tree. It's got a letter on it. What is it? B.A., M.A., Ph.D., M.D., D.D.S.
BMF besides.
Yeah. B.F.D.
Instead, regain your lost Yeti powers.
That's right. Don't be a moron. Don't suck it all up and feel that you have to do something. The only thing you have to do is what we tell you.
Undergo the unhallowed rites of glandscaping
and what we're telling you is to do whatever the hell you want.
Precisely. You know what? You go to a party next week, and you tell some first person you meet,
Listen to this man.
"What's your major?" It's like, "I don't have a major. I work at Jiffy Lube." And you watch. They will be repelled.
That's right, they will.
Now, the next thing you do, you say, "I'm a big church magnate. I'm involved with the church."
Yeah.
It's a comical thing, but we make
tons of money. And watch that pink
But you
person.
want to know just exactly what is this Church of the Subgenius.
Pink will show its true colors when you are a member of the Church of the Subgenius. When you know more about the Church of the Subgenius,
You'll be able to smell them.
You'll be able to spot what is pink, what is not.
And the method?
It's almost
The
scary.
method?
It's horrible.
I think,
The
you don't
method.
really notice all the
Whiff reading.
stupidity around
We
you.
have a method to our madness. Bull-shattering, more realism, cynosacrilegion, sadofuturistix, the science of bull data, and stupidism.
And what exactly is this Church of the Subgenius? That's a question that's asked 1,000 times a day, every day, somewhere, by somebody. Somebody
God,
wants to
if
know.
you
And
don't-
it's a good thing because you know what? The most pertinent question to ask is, what is the Church of the Subgenius? There is no descriptions. Words do not suffice. One must see. We let you see a little bit at a time until you are led gradually to total clarity. It is the nameless mission. The true mission is always nameless. For to name it is to doom it, to alert the enemy. And friends out there in the radio audience, as that million-leg church crawls around tonight inside your cranium, there's just one point it keeps returning to, and that's the very point of the church. The point of the church is Bob. Bob is, was, and ever shall be. Bob is you. Bob is me. Bob is the Kama Sutra, the id, the light that glows in the heart and mind of every free-thinking subgenius.
Bob is
A Frankenstein monster of
Bob,
world
your
religion.
imperial
Bob.
wetness.
It's Bob.
It always comes down
Iraq
to that
Indian
because
spirit guide.
Bob is a sex god.
Bob is slack.
Bob is a hate god.
He will rationalize your sins.
You know, most of you, once you discover Bob, you'll be amazed at the powers of sex you have. You can get all the money,
Mm-hmm.
all the
men,
loving,
all the men you want,
all the women.
Mm-hmm.
the men, the women, the hermaphrodites, the bud. We do it with the ground.
That's
right.
We can get anything we want.
The,
Any
the
day
ground rises up to meet us.
Since we started this goofy show, they relegate us to 4 in the morning because we are so powerful. They brought us out.
Actually, they're so jealous.
Yeah, you know.
They're just so jealous that we get every damn thing we want. We just sit up here and rant and rave our powerful vibes.
Exactly. If the real power of the church were...
And talk to people who aren't there on the phone.
Yeah, terrified little callers.
That's right.
Well, that's okay. They have the right to be scared. They should be scared. If they can't send the sonic transmigrifier that we're sending through the radio waves, then they shouldn't be allowed to call.
There's that subliminal tone that's probably going to hurt a lot of people tonight.
Because, see, we have to screen our calls. We whiff read everybody.
Okay, whiff reading stage number 4.
Ouch.
Take us whiffy off this one.
All right.
Okay, do you smell it? I
I'm
smell it
whiffing
too.
him. Well, let's see.
Hey, are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
Are you there?
Turn to the left a little bit. We want to whiff read your stench.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm too tired to try to grasp it all, you know? It's my first night shift on, and...
Just open your mind, young one.
Probably the most dangerous time because you're the most susceptible to our evil message.
That's
That's right, because we're also pulsating beams in the background. I don't
So
know
you
if
really want me to try to listen to all this?
Well, you
Just
should.
put your hand on the radio. Just feel the show. Just touch the show and yourself.
You really should be trying to absorb as much of it as you can. So we're talking about your future.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. Well, I have only just discovered Bob.
All right!
This was day before yesterday, I think, about 3 in the morning.
Where did Bob find you?
Well, he found me in my office. I was sitting cross-legged on the floor.
Wait.
Were you meditating?
I just told you my name was Bob. Really, it's Jeff. Hi.
Well, listen, I moved to Negative Land quite some time ago.
Praise Bob.
And it was our national anthem, Christianity is Stupid, playing in the background of your show that caught my attention.
That's right.
And first opened my heart to Bob. Yeah. So I guess I'd like to annoy you with a request. If possible, you could play just a tiny bit of that song.
Since then, you've begun jamming mobile. And she's attempting to jam our mobile. But we're going to need, I think, a bit of church dogma before we can really respect your request. We want to know how has Bob affected your life. I sense a patronizing tone.
Well, you know, is it true that somebody walked into your office with dark glasses and a briefcase?
Yes.
And, like, hassled you?
Yes. It happens to us. So they come to our houses and they go through our mail. That's why we had to get a P.O. box.
It's true.
That's why we don't use our real voices on the air.
That's why we have to come up with fake names. They're after us.
That's right.
That's why they did come to the studio tonight, and they did confiscate half the material for the show.
You think that whole coup d'etat over there in Russia, had nothing to do with the Church of the Subgenius? Well, you're wrong.
Yeah, they said New World Order.
Use the young lady.
Don't overwhelm her all at once.
I'm sorry. It's just, it's the way I feel. If people are doubting
that we're getting hassled by the conspiracy dupes, then I
gotta set them straight.
Anyone associated with this Church of the Subgenius ends up getting watched.
See, because they're so afraid of the power that we possess. I mean, this thing's nationwide. This thing's worldwide.
I think this guy dropped by my house this other day. He was trying to sell something. It seemed to be a large folded piece of fabric with blue stars, white stars on a blue background and red and white stripes.
Were they
quite large, and it was folded.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it was something I saw along the freeway down along here not too long ago. But anyway, I told him, no thank you, I won't be wrapping any fish today.
I won't be wrapping. Put that in a bag and we'll be right over to pick it up.
Put that in a bag and we'll pick it up, young lady.
That was a tragic mistake. We reached the wrong household there.
Whatever you do, don't tell us or them your real name.
We're sorry we called and woke you up, Bob.
Unfortunately, we're low on toilet paper,
and we'll need that back.
Actually, I've got it set up with my exercise bike. It's a kind of rotary model now. I just pedal and it,
takes care of it. I poop and I wipe and I poop and I wipe.
See, we have amazing technology as well if you join the Church of the Subgenius.
And all you have to do is send a self-addressed stamped envelope to P.O. Box 677.
Yeah, they heard that post office talk zillion times. Are you so depleted of material that you got to keep running our post office box over?
No, we're not. We're fantastic. We're glorious.
We have to go, little caller. It's a big 10-8
I just want to say I'm much enamored of your show. Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks, Bob. The whole world is a big 10-8 place.
Bye.
May it be a big 10-8 place for
and you notice we didn't even blow that lady up.
Hey, it's at the door outside the studio?
Yeah.
You're at the door outside the studio. We'll send an agent down to kill you promptly.
I hope you're wearing your Kevlar vest, buddy.
Somebody in a dark suit with a briefcase and black leather gloves will be in to let you in shortly. Just hang tight.
Hey,
little caller.
And there was lots of things that didn't get done tonight on this special show.
Good thing that he's got all that.
Because gnomes had been up in the studio and infected it with all kinds of strange little objects and things that
little wolves in sheep's clothing running around.
Nobody understood. And people came in that looked like they were named Murray. They wore double knit jumpsuits and they
made of polyester.
And they took their kids in the Kroger stores and beat them profusely over the head.
Mm-hmm. With Martin.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Pardon me?
I guess that was another one of those MIBs.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Can I say happy birthday to someone I dearly love? A luscious woman who has found slack. I wish her the most happiness. She has found slack. Happy birthday, Anya. Go find slack. Quit your job. Do it, even if you have to do it in LA.
Anya?
I'm gonna beat him up with this gun. I'm gonna pistol whip him.
Who's been cutting Anya? My eyes are starting to water.
I'm gonna pistol whip him to death.
Do it.
Bend over, Fred. I'm coming for you, baby.
Hey, what's that? Anya!
Yeah, this show's got weapons, and we dare you.
We got firepower.
Now, friends, the person you're hearing talking here, I'm Reverend Stagg. Now, you might say, that man doesn't sound religious. What kind of a pope or preacher swears and drinks on camera while he's asking for pledges? I'll tell you what kind, friends, a sub-genius preacher does. And I want $10,000 pledges. We are not fooling around here. The transmitter, these tape decks, these tapes, these people, these things cost. And so don't call in with these little teeny-weeny pledges. Now, that $10,000 that we've got so far, we know how to spend it. We'll spend it on fancy clothes and air-conditioned doghouses. You don't want to see your preacher, Reverend Ivan Stang, preaching in tennis shoes, do you? You want to see me in a snakeskin suit, because you don't want a stupid preacher. You don't want a preacher that doesn't abuse your money. You want one who abuses it. It's smart enough to abuse it, but honest enough to tell you. And I need that air-conditioned doghouse, my friends, because my own house isn't air-conditioned. I'd set up my office in that doghouse. The Hour of Slack original tapes wouldn't melt in the heat anymore. And I'd still share that doghouse with my dog friends. That's the difference between a subgenius preacher and one of these more famous-like preachers. So I want you to get on there and call that
826-4805.
The calls are beginning to come in. And the children's home in Manila
is going to go, the children's, the home for slackless
children, that thing's going to go down unless we have your money. So you have been challenged. You've got to meet this pledge, and I know that you will, because miracles are happening. Miracles are happening.
I want to hear from it.
Here's one miracle.
I want to reach
Go
out
ahead.
especially to the sisters
Speak.
of conscience
Did it kill?
there.
Speak to us.
It's time that y'all got
Terrified.
on the stick, you know what I mean?
He did.
Are you just
Probably.
too frightened?
He laid his shell upon
Must
the
be
ark.
one of them new bold surrealists I've been hearing about.
Yeah, one of those fellows. Yep.
Them so-called art pioneers.
Thrust before the naked glory of the church.
They just cower.
Yeah, look, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Who is this?
Who's this?
This is Dr. Fred Prozac. How can I help you, son?
Hey, listen, you're wasting my time. I want to do some homework. Some box.
Turn on the channel!
Put on some Beethoven, man.
Get your old man! Make your damn Beethoven!
Hey, look, man, I'm taking my pledge back, and
Good, and you know where you can stick it, buddy. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
hey, listen, I know where you guys live. I know where that piece
Yeah, we know where you live, buddy. Yeah.
We have more people on our side than you do.
Got your wife all filled. Yeah.
We're gonna get you, you lousy little Brahms listener. Go away. Go die in a hole. We don't like you.
Hey, we love Brahms here at the station.
Actually, we love that man, too.
Yes,
That
we
was
do.
actually the host of the classical music show in the morning.
That was
really?
actually one of our scientific experiments gone awry. We had exhumed the body of Ted Kennedy, and he was a
Precisely.
little upset, and so he had to give us that dirty phone
Tried to
call.
stick
Forgive
it
us
on the
for
head of
hating you.
Gary Hart.
Yeah, we
Mr.
raised him up from
Brahms
salts. We raised him up from his essential salts, and there he was to confront us.
We had this special salve that we had made special for us at a special herb store.
Of course, he was mixed with a little talc, and he kind of let these puffs of stuff come out of his mouth every time he tried to bark at us. So he was trying to do his homework, and
That's
he wanted
the
to hear
last-
some Beethoven.
That's the last time we ever raised some damn celebrity from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
So does anyone hear anything of the message from the message of
You know, if you're studying that hard
The
for your
math-
midterms, have you thought of the fact that maybe it really doesn't matter?
the mass
Yeah, that's
psychology of fascism?
You know, how long are you going to be dead? I want you to think, how long am I going to be dead?
And how long are you going to be
Oh,
studying?
get off it. I'm tired of the conspiracy trying to tell me not to be an achiever because I don't deserve it.
Well,
You
hey,
don't.
we could be the other side of the conspiracy then.
Go ahead, little caller. You're off the air.
What's in Bob's pipe?
What is in
Frop.
Bob's
Oh, you
pipe?
see, that's
Frop,
an awfully
Frop,
strange
Frop.
question.
I know
Actually,
the answer
I'm the
to
only
this
one here
question.
who knows what's in Bob's pipe.
Ha
Actually,
ha, I've got a little piece of paper right here who says what's in Bob's
Actually,
pipe.
actually the pipe itself. There actually is nothing in the pipe. The pipe itself is another being from another galaxy, and there's a whole galaxy of beings like those, and they're coming here and they're going to attach themselves to everybody's face.
The pipe
So-
stem doesn't stop at his mouth.
Right?
goes-
It's like alien, and
It goes down
into
inside.
his-
Down
yeah,
the esophagus and into his special foot gland.
From what we've been able
I
to.
mean, it's parasitic, you know.
Bob is just a life support system for the thing. It's symbiotic
this
in this.
little-
But no, there's nothing in there illegal or anything.
No, it wouldn't be like...
The actual Latin name for it is Habafrabizopolopoulos.
But from,
That's
yes, but
right,
from what
Frop for short.
From what I understand, it is a relatively pleasurable
Sensation to have the pipe affixed into your entrails.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yes,
you still,
it is.
If you still want to have something to believe in, like there is something in
KY
the pipe.
jelly is probably required for that.
Frop is the mind-inverting flower which grows only by moonlight on the graves and droppings of dead Tibetan holy men and full-blood yetis. Frop is not only safer than your cheap conspiracy street drugs, it's permanent too.
and you
this
can
is what-
only get higher.
So does that answer your question, little caller?
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Certainly.
bye.
Another fellow converted.
Yes.
another
Possibly,
dollar in the
hopefully.
coffers,
This is right.
Another soldier in the army of Bob.
Reality bot.
another piece of reality bought.
Another
Exactly.
piece of
We're selling a
reality bought.
bargain reality here. A
That's
good
right.
one, a
Bargain
cheap one.
basement reality.
Bare bones reality. And
all
tell
it-
you, there's precious little outside the subgenius reality.
And the only
Guaranteed to last until the warranty runs
and
out.
we're selling cheap too. The only thing you have to do is just have your radio dial turned to us.
Touch the show.
We sell a much more fashionable reality than
Right,
you're going to
and-
find anywhere else.
Any old reality is better than this reality.
Household appliances that bear the name GE.
That's right.
Yeah, it could be worse. It could be much, much worse.
It's Gamma Electric.
Gamma Electric. No other reality,
No other
like
reality.
the subgenius reality, offers you the thrills,
It
the
offers you
success,
power. It
in
offers
sex
you
and
riches. Hello.
business.
And the barber
Go ahead, little
shop
caller.
studio.
What?
Go.
You're on the air.
Speak.
Go
Rules of
ahead.
sex and business. We want to know about,
great.
Literally tens of people are listening to you out there in the radio audience.
and we wanted to.
Great. Hey,
We wanted to
I
know.
know exactly what you're doing. I know exactly where it's coming from. It's pure genius.
I know who this is.
Sub-genius!
Give my support for the show.
Is this the tall, thin
Well,
white
hey,
man?
Do you know?
Hey, right on, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
very much.
man.
Faith and Bob, man.
Oh, total bobbage.
For you.
Tall, thin white man.
Total House of the Falling Moon.
He's
I got a black glove on for
I
you.
see him now. He's
We are
he's got
donning our black gloves.
he's
to you,
wearing
my
a carrot
friend.
pace.
What's that, Anya?
Rest in pain, babe.
Bob
Praise
loves
Bob.
you, my friend.
Chris Patooth.
Go ahead, little caller. You're off the air.
Hey, what's Bob's sign?
Actually, he doesn't need a sign.
That's right.
He encompasses all
What's
12
Bob's sign?
signs, plus the mystical aura
I
sign.
think biologically he's a moonchild.
His sign is off, sometimes Route 66.
Yeah.
Why do you need to know that?
That caller, I don't know. I've never heard that kind of caller before. I think.
I think he has some kind of gastrointestinal problem.
Well, we tried to do a chart on Bob for a while, but we couldn't keep his attention. The
He
guy
just kept squirming.
He just kept pinching my butt and, making eyes at me and
He
everybody
kept
else in
calling
the
me
studio.
Anita all the time. Anita. I don't understand why he kept
Anita.
calling me Anita.
And then he kept
pinching
asking me
my
if
butt
we'd
out.
come down to the basement and take little pictures again. And,
He kept asking me if I wanted to play Gladiator with Dr. Bogomils or Tarzan or
And
something.
he keep asking me about those Menudo records.
Yeah, exactly. We said, Bob, what happened to Menudo? They were so hot, so fast, so fresh. Where did they go? And he said, Bogomils, I want to tell you, I implanted testicles in all of them and ruined their careers because it was time.
Besides which, we needed an all-white group for a while.
Exactly.
That's right. Thus
so,
we have new kids on the block. Thank you.
The prairie squids on your...
See, it's all kind of interlinked, my friends.
Prairie squids on your...
It's just more conspiracy.
Go ahead, little
junk.
caller.
Well, I didn't feel anything really needed to say, except that I had to call because you got a decent hour finally.
Yes.
And I don't have to stay up until all hours cooking breakfast for people anymore.
Eso no se hace, F.A. Ese no se hace, F.A.
So now you got a little bit of slack, do you, my friend?
Yes, he's got our slack, and you know what?
Well, make sure you write our general manager at KSHU
That's right.
and let her know that
That's
you
hot
would love to
stuff.
see us on.
That's hot stuff.
Well, only if she comes and cooks me breakfast at 3 in the morning.
We'll personally
Hefe, I'll come and cook you breakfast at 3 in the
guarantee
morning.
that she will come and cook you breakfast.
This show
Our
will cook
program
you
director
breakfast.
will
That's
come
right,
and
this
cook the
show.
breakfast for every listener out there in the radio audience who writes her a letter.
That's right.
Yes.
That's our pledge.
Yes.
How cute is the female commentator you have on?
We don't use the word cuter on here. We're politically correct tonight.
And we're
Oh,
also...
well, see, it's a politically incorrect world.
Yes.
Well, that's right.
That's why
right.
we're trying to be politically
But we're
correct.
also geniuses. And it doesn't-
Actually, we're politically
Well, I
incorrect, and
think
she
that
is
being
one. Huh?
politically correct
is just weenie.
I think it's sissy. I think it's pink.
But if we weren't being politically correct, then I wouldn't have a place here on this show, so just hush your sweet, fat little mouth.
yeah, just,
No, my whole argument with the thing is there's something intrinsically, myopically depressing about people who are just like afraid to like hurt anybody's feelings ever, and they just like
Sit around
like being nice to each other all the time.
So that's
Just
why
like-
we're here to make people...
It's like velveteen.
Feel bad.
It's like
show ball.
it's like Velveteen Couch World with plastic covers on it. You know?
Ooh, and spikes poking through it. Yeah.
yeah, the little gripper
What's wrong
dots
with
on there.
plastic covers on furniture?
It's kind of like having that
It
aluminum
makes you
siding
think
on
that
the
you live
side
in a
of it.
museum.
Well, you had kind of asked us about cute, and there's something I wanted to let you know about Subgenius.
Well, I must go now. I am being
no.
called by a higher being.
Okay, bye.
Ooh.
Since we joined the Church of the
Hey,
Subgenius,
House of the Falling Moon. This household is just being swept by the spirit of Bob.
Is this Bob's Country Bunker?
Praise.
Oh, yeah, well, I don't know. Hell, everybody's Bob's brother.
No,
Bob's Country Bunker. Is this Bob's Country Bunker in Neyland, California calling us?
No way, man. We're across the street and we're happy.
All right.
Right on. Faith and Bob. Faith and Bob. There's exponential rates the Faith and Bob is growing in this house.
Great.
Praise Bob!
There's like 10 people in this house.
yeah,
Praise Bob.
we can see it kind of glowing there on the hill.
Oh, yeah.
But since somebody had mentioned cute, since we got into the Church of the Subgenius, since we became such powerful personalities,
We've become beautiful and handsome.
we were, by conspiracy standards, hideous before. We didn't care about what we looked like anymore, and hence we were transmogrified into something gorgeous.
Absolutely.
That's right. We're all Dionysus now. We're all...
Precisely. We're horrible to the core inside,
Overnight, though, we've gained beautiful radio
We're all rotten
voices and
inside, but now we have beautiful
wonderful radio
skin.
bodies. And
But if you were to actually
lovely
look
skin,
beneath this beautiful exterior of our bodies, you'd see something horrible. Something that would turn your hair gray.
You'd see the end of the show coming up.
Something.
Oh, no.
You'd see something that would drive H.P. Lovecraft mad.
Precisely. There's that same little something that is lurking underneath
gun
you.
down. Damn it,
I
put that
can't
gun
put
down
the
right
gun
now.
The show packs heat, and we appreciate
Packs
you.
heat, leather
You
gloves.
see, we're the only show at KHSU that brings guns into the air booth.
That's
with
right.
us.
And Bob
That's right.
packs heat, friends, because he's the swinging meat love Jesus of radio religions.
That's right.
The fighting Jesus.
Swinging meat, Tommy gun toting Jesus.
That's right. Jim Jones at his right hand, John Kennedy at his left hand, coming to kick ass and take
And
names.
speaking of John Kennedy and all you Subgenius listeners out there who do listen to us at the normal time, be sure and stay tuned for that upcoming Dragging Out the Bleeding Sacred Deadhead of John F. Kennedy special spooky show coming up in November.
How it really happened
That's
from the
right.
Grassy Knoll Project on
It's gonna be-
KHSU.
It's gonna be super spooky.
Your money is well spent, and Dobbs does a service.
Say goodbye, little doctors of the air.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
There's Dr. Fred saying bye.
Dr. Bogomils saying goodbye.
Clone. Goodbye.
Here's